There you go, sun peeking through the tree. Thought that should have been in. I just sped it up more so it'll get in before I decide to go do something else. So, go get me some breakfast and do whatever. They're all out there. Wally's group is scattered across, and part of them are up at the feed barn. And I don't know. Start the day at 57 degrees and like 91 or 92% humidity. Tires are wet on the bike, and I haven't driven where the sprinkler's been, so. And Ty said we had to do some fixing down there. Yeah, I saw what it, I think she said that I thought she said the hook on the gate handle was straightened out for the bottom one, but no, the insulator's not there. It's there, it's a pin on, it's still on the wire, it's just 10 feet from where it belongs. So, need to get that taken care of at some point. It ain't sorting out, shouldn't be turned on anyway. And that's part of the problem, was I had it, this line turned off so I could change irrigation. And they usually don't bother it, but that's where the gate across there gets power. We did rig it up so you can jump power off the other end, but we didn't hook that up, so my bad. It happens. Look who's here again. Ty got the little traveler pulled out. The big traveler better be in by now. And Becky and Blakely are going to run down to the vet and get some meds for the dogs. They called yesterday and says, oh yeah, Ghost has hookworms too. Well, which means they all do. So, they get wormed. Well, we just moved the John Deere. Had fun though, because just the other side of where he's at is the driveway to the field we were just in.
He still needs to be this way.
This guy's kind of a little close to his pickup. He put more cones out though. Ain't no way I'm gonna bring the semi through here, so they won't be here all day. I probably won't be down here today anyway. Not with them in the way.
There's no way.
But, yeah. Oh well, they gotta get their job done sometime.
No, they're getting the dead shit off the top.
We just try to work around them. Definitely the year for finding yellow jacket nests. As long as they walk in there, they'll get stuff on them and they'll be dead. Getting ready to bring the tractor out of the shop and her mower out. Looked over and so we have one there. There's one up there in the entryway below the chimneys. One in the creek bank down there where we're feeding those cows bales down there. There are two of them in a field down the road where we just moved the John Deere out of. And one in a field up that way. All big nests too. Haven't got to the one up there to try to get rid of them yet, but way too many of them. I know that. I found something over here. Nice beaver there next to that fence post. That's a good thing. So this is that canary grass we pulled out of last year. You can see where some of the old windrows were. And I hate cutting along a freaking creek like this because I can't see it. So I stay away where I can kind of see it and then go back and make an extra pass. Right there, I just did. Nowhere near as heavy as it was last year or year before, which I'm fine with that. You can see there's where a windrow was, and actually where I am right now there wasn't so much canary grass. Kind of surprising. Oh, and I got off on my edge over here, so I got to cut my way back out and go to the other piece. Oh, I should have got a little video before now. First round on this piece. I got halfway back here and saw the landowner up in there pulling tansy for me. And there's still, I know there's still a few out This edge from about here clear to the edge is a lot. It's all hiding in the blackberries now. And he picked up a couple big sticks up there, and I picked up one over here. He just headed back to the house, and I'm gonna fire it back up and see what we can get done. Shit, call Ty and have her come get me for lunch. I'm getting hungry. Gotta wonder about people.
Dumbass.
They're right there from the vineyard just up the road. Like their strapping job. We got one strap across the back corner. I think there's another strap across it too, but it's not doing anything.
And the boxes aren't.
They're just gonna cruise down the road. Oh well. I had to go home and get some lunch. Now to finish this. Since it worked out, I'm turning around to do the back swath and finish the metal, and then go down below it, finish cutting the canary grass. Fun times. Right there is a 1 in a million. I saw it right when it went underneath the apron on the front. A little too late to stop. And you never, ever find them. Dad was always good for calling and saying, oh yeah, there's a tansy in the third round. About halfway between the tree and the power pole. You can never find them. I just found one. And just because I knew it was there didn't help. There's another one in the same round over there by the corner. When I got turned and come back up, I looked for it. I can't find it. So, almost done with this patch. And then go to the other side of those trees and get the last little bit of canary grass done. Well, these places, I wish he'd have done things a little different. Because the other piece comes to just about the tip of my finger, but you can't get through over there. Yeah, if this pond was over here, it could all get cut in one piece. But that's okay. It is what it is. It didn't matter when he had it in orchard. Well, part of Wally's group's here. What you think, old lady? I think I might be 511C, I'm not sure. She's kind of skinny today, though. You got one down there that from here actually looks like 511C, feeding her calf. Some laying in the shade on the other side of the creek. I don't know how far scattered they are. I think all of Cowboy's group is right here below the barn, I think. And Ty pulled that back out before it got through the old creek bed, so it's working its way. I finished up that piece. I did not move to the next piece because, yeah, just a wee bit on the late side. And looking at the ripples in the water, I know why it's making them, and it's not a duck. And this might be the spot that I have to do it from. We're gonna find out. Apparently was not the spot to do it from, because little bugger ducked into a hole before I could get the rifle to look. When I've come down here like 12, 1 o'clock to pull that one back out, I found one muskrat in the corner over here. If I come out later, I find them too. But I usually don't have anything with me. That's half the reason I came out today. So I'm gonna get off and walk over there and see if I can find them. The other day when Ben was here, when I went to turn the pump back on, I watched one go right underneath into that root system. That's always been one of their favorite spots. I like the mess in here. That's part of that tree that come down. The other part's over there. All came from 2 different spots up there. That is all from springs in the hillside drops down. It's better than it used to be. It's mostly dried up now. We used to be able to actually drive the little tractor right through there till that dropped. And over there, just beyond where the sprinklers hitting, is another favorite spot of the frickin' things. I shot, going up what you can see of the creek right there, going away from me, I shot 4 of them one day. After I shot 2 over here, I just started with the one at the back of the pack and the others were totally oblivious. And I got done shooting them and I heard something. I looked over and in the hole in the bank was 2 of them. And I got both of them. I think I ended up with 10 or 12 that day. And they've been under that tree and under this tree. And what you see, the low part there on the other side, that didn't used to be down there. It used to be a bank like right there. But they make their den in there and eventually either the water washes it out and takes it all away, or it just finally drops out from underneath whatever's there, whether you're standing there or a cow's standing there. That's why I don't get too close to the edge. And that hole right there connects to the funky spot in the middle of the screen. I know it does, you just can't do anything about it. And that's all sloughed. You can see the top of the bank there where it's all dropped. There's 2 holes there where the yellow flowers are. There's another hole where the little sticks against the bank. And I don't think there's much on this side. It's mostly on that side. Might be another one underneath where that log goes into the bank. Looks like it might be kind of ate out. God knows underneath this tree. The next tree they used to be under, but you know, they dig their holes and high water comes through and it washes it all out. Is where that tree turns up. That's what, about 3.5 feet from the bank? That's where the bank used to be. This is all because they've dug in it. It's broke out from underneath them. It reminds me, there's a low spot in the middle of the screen. That's from them. And low spot right here. That's 10 feet from the edge of the bank. But that's from them. Low spot right here. That's just spots that go down. But over here, it's obvious where they're at. Big hole on top, which is a sign that they've been in and out of that hole. Little one where they go in over there. And underneath that swamp grass, that's where I got that one. So, anyway, try to take care of these little buggers. It's kind of hard to trap them with cows around. One of the best baits is apples. Well, guess what? Cows like apples too. You can see where they've been up and down the bank on that side. I did used to trap some back in the horse pasture when we still had horses. There was a couple spots where right against the creek where the horses couldn't get into it. Worked out pretty well. But, you know, trapping's trapping. You only get what's going to get in it. What do you think, Wally? Okay. Anyway, go see if there's any gophers screwing around. Probably call it a video for you. It's probably long enough now. So, hope you all had a great Thursday. I'm trying to find a gear reduction to add onto an engine we have, or complete unit to put on that Traveler. I'm thinking a 6-to-1 is going to be the magic number, and I can find them all day long. Stuff says that Harbor Freight has them. but when I look up the engines that come up when you search that, there's not anything on them. And I've got like 3 or 4 small engines, little 5-horse Hondas, that would be great. The only ones that say they fit a Honda fit a 13-horse, and I don't know if it's the same bolt pattern. I'm sure it's a different size shaft. I can overcome the shaft size. I can't overcome the hole pattern as easily. I can, but I make an adapter plate as long as I make it right the first time. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope everybody has a great Friday. Tom's week, last I talked to him, which was yesterday before he left work, he'd had a week of Mondays. So I'll check with him tomorrow and see if he's got my cylinder done. It is still in the lathe. It is still the next thing to be done in the lathe. So if he needs the lathe, he has to finish the job.